Buenos dias, amigos and amigas. We had an incredible weekend because of the top competition in Spain. The Copa del Rey, the King's Cup. It was an El Clasico, and it was bloody incredible because it gave us one of the most dynamic finishes we've seen this whole season. It was so end-to-end. It was crazy. Barca ended up winning 3-2. I'm sure most of you guys have saw the game.
Yes,
You've seen, the reaction, the backlash, the controversy around it. It was an incredible game. Barca came back to get that 3-2 dub. And a lot came out of the game, but my biggest takeaway from that game, there's criminals playing for Real Madrid, man.
Oh my God.
Damn.
There's criminals. And the main culprit goes by the name of Tony Rudiger. Because he threw a pack of ice at the referee. He has a bit of an arm on. He should have been at the NFL draft because he got range on that throw and good aim. But he threw a pack of ice at the ref in frustration and started yelling German obscenities at the fourth official and the reffing crew. How long do you guys think he should be banned for? Do you think he's a criminal? Do you think that behavior like this is despicable in football, especially from such a vet of the game, a vet of the team?
Might be no ban, man, to be honest. Like, it might just be like whatever the red card is. I don't think they give him anything more.
Why?
Fine.
Probably just a fine. Like, I don't think he's going to get like a crazy suspension, like a 6-month ban or anything like that. I think it'll just be like he'll get like a 2 or 3 game suspension from like Copa del Rey next season. Or I don't know how it works in La Liga if it kind of carries into both, right? Because I think we were talking about that one time in the car.
How, they count for La Liga games.
Both,
They count for La Liga games, so he's gonna be out next game.
Yeah, he'll be out probably for a couple of games, and that'll probably be it. Like, I don't think there will be anything extra on it.
I think Rudiger should be banned for the rest of the season.
That's kind of crazy.
And maybe a couple games towards next season.
You think? How many games are left in La
When
Liga?
is the last time we've seen anyone do that?
4. What, player crash out at a ref?
Crash out and try to throw something at the ref. Never. Because that shouldn't be allowed, and there should be an example made out of this.
Did he hit him though? Like, did it land or no?
No, it
Who
didn't.
cares if it hit him or not? You're throwing it at the ref.
How close was it?
Pretty close. He got good aim on it.
No, I'm joking. I saw it. What was I gonna say? Do we know what he said? Like exactly?
I don't speak German.
I saw some translations like on Twitter. I'm pretty heavy on German Twitter. I got the translations going steady like on there, and it was some pretty wild stuff. Stuff about mothers and
I think you give him like a 2 to 3 match ban, and I think you gotta give him a pretty hefty fine. And he's probably gonna. If I was Madrid, I would make him put on an apology towards the ref and maybe even like
Just
fans.
no, it's not gonna happen because
It should.
Madrid
They already did.
They did already
Yeah.
apology. I don't know. To me, I feel like Madrid think they're above the whole league and the referee and the
They
whole
think they're above the law.
association.
Okay, well obviously not. They said their apologies, but I'm saying like they should be forcing Rudiger to apologize, not Madrid.
No, Rudiger apologized.
He did? Okay.
He dropped a statement.
Okay, fair enough.
But I think I saw too. Like, I think there was like a poll that went out, and like I don't think Germany's gonna call him up anymore after like that crash out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I saw like there was like something on Twitter that they were talking about like how like they're probably not gonna call him up anymore like after these antics, like even if it means like not having like a world class center back. But yeah, I think that was pretty crazy. I know obviously like into next year, like there's not too many international tournaments coming up, right, until the World Cup, but they're gonna have to find a replacement for him if they're gonna like stick by that decision. Right. I do think he's fallen off a little bit in terms of quality, but he's still one of the better center backs that they have. That's like a pretty like bold move by them, I would say.
I think I got Schlotterbeck and
Schlotterbeck's out to like November, brother.
okay, we're talking about next year.
Yeah, Rudiger
Overall.
basically said out. Rudiger came out with a statement saying, "There was no excuse for my behavior last night. I'm very sorry for that. Sorry to the referee. We played very good game from the second half on. After 111 minutes, I was not able to help my team anymore, and before the final whistle, I did a mistake." So he did say sorry. But do you see that picture of his face?
With the eyes
The
bulging.
eyes look like he was gonna try to freaking murder him.
Yeah.
He was going out for like the kill. He was mad.
It wasn't even the one that was like starting the argument though. He kind of came in later. I can't remember who started it. like Vasquez or something.
Vasquez also got a red card at the end of the game.
Yeah, it might have been.
And so did Jude Bellingham,
Bellingham
right?
too, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I think it was Vasquez that started, and then he kind of got Rudiger going. And once Rudiger got going, like this guy.
Yeah.
I mean, we all know that Rudiger's like this mental case. Even when he's playing, he's always doing stupid things. But it's funny. But this time, it's a little more serious. Yeah, you can't be doing that. But I want to talk about Jude since you brought it up. And we all saw that video that you posted in the chat where Jude gives it away, and then he goes, "Ooh."
Give it away. Gives it away is a little harsh.
Gave it
Like,
away.
He tried to play the through ball. Through ball got intercepted. Like I don't think he gave it away.
He gave it away. But that's giving it away. And he goes, "Oh." Walks back.
He didn't even walk back. He just stood there in the center circle. His man Pedri
Turned around.
is quite literally like jogging to the other side. Like Bellingham could have turned around and sprinted and prevented that first goal from going in. That's
Yeah.
his man that he just let walk forward and then just bangs it in.
If he gets into that position where Pedri got that goal, that's a completely that game gets turned around completely. Like I don't know if Barcelona goes on to score a goal because they were pretty. I think Madrid were pretty solid at that point. Besides,
No, first half
They
we were all
were.
over them.
yeah, but you didn't get chances though. You were just all over them. It was just
you
just
had
shots from
chances.
everywhere.
But no, you're right. Like, can we stop with this comparison now? Is it over? Like people saying Bellingham is better than Pedri, better than Bellingham. I think after watching that game, I think anyone in the world would be dumb enough to not say that Pedri is the best midfielder in the world. It's clear cut.
You'd be surprised.
It's not over.
You'd be surprised.
If you were to take one of those two guys,
I'm
for
taking
instance-
Pedri.
Yeah, same. But like, I'm just saying you'd be surprised.
But
You got-
it makes no sense to me.
You got to
now.
realize that Madrid's on a down year this year.
I saw a TikTok
Of course you do.
of another pod. I forgot what it was called, but people were saying, "Oh yeah, Pedri, this guy looks the next Iniesta," and then the other guy said, "You know what? To be honest," and I agree with what this guy said. He said, "Pedri's not just like Iniesta, bro. He's got a little bit of Xavi and Busquets in him. He's like a complete.
He's not.
He's
Like,
all
he-
three.
He's not like Iniesta at all.
No. But he's like he has a bit of all three of them, where he comes and backs and defend, bro. How many times did he come back and defend in that game? Other games as well. He's always putting his 110%.
Yeah.
Bringing that ball up. He's always got the vision like Xavi. He's got that like the 8 where he advances with the ball. He can shoot. He can do everything. So yeah, it's kind of true. Like he's kind of all three of them in a way.
I don't agree.
I 100%.
He's not Busquets. He's not a deep lying playmaker that's going to be one touch passes, bang, 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 bang. He's not Iniesta. He's not someone that could dribble. I mean, he could, but Iniesta.
What do you mean he can't dribble?
No, I'm saying don't compare it to Iniesta. Like I could compare him to Xavi dribbling, where he could beat one or two guys and then make a clinical pass to finish to a striker or a winger. I think his best comparison is Xavi. I don't think he's all three combined.
He's Xavi with a little bit more of like an engine,
Yeah,
I would say.
yeah. I don't think he's all three combined. He doesn't do the same thing as the other guys.
Yeah, definitely not like Busi, because Busi was just kind of, he was more like he wasn't really like a runner like Pedri, kind of going up and down the field. Really, he was more dictating, controlling the game. Pedri does that, but a little bit further up the field.
But see, this is the thing. If Pedri was playing a 6 and he can 100% play the 6, he can do just a
He
good
can't
job.
play lone 6 like Busquets did.
No, but I'm saying like the way Pedri plays for Barcelona is because we need him to play that way. We need him to go up with the ball. It's a two pivot midfield. But if it's the 3 in the middle, he can 100% hold the ball, pass it out like a Busquets and just stay back a bit more. He can do that.
That hinders him
But
so much.
no, he can. No, it stops him from whatever he can do because he can do so much going attacking as well, 100%. But like, let's
can't
not say
defend,
that.
but-
Let's not say he can't do that. He's all, yeah, he can defend,
Can't defend like
man.
Busquets.
You guys don't know, man.
Yeah, we don't.
Busquets had a little bit more. Like he had the
I'm
length.
not saying
He had
he's
the length.
exactly like
He had
him.
a little bit of length.
I'm saying he has a lot of characteristics where he can do all those 3 roles. If you really want to, he can play a 6. He can play a
But so could
an 8,
Xavi.
and he could play a
Xavi
10.
was like that too.
Pedri can be somewhat available to play anywhere in the midfield, but he did not perfect the way Busquets perfected that 6 role. He did not perfect Iniesta the way Iniesta perfected that middle wing role. He didn't perfect the 8 role that Xavi was holding. Like those guys individually were at their best at their position. Pedri can do a little bit of everything, really well though. Whereas Bellingham can do a little bit of everything. Okay.
Last year was really well. This year, yeah, he's.
But he can't defend either, though.
taking
Last
a
year he
step
was
back.
well
He
going
can't
forward.
defend either. Bellingham?
He's got to get. No,
Dude,
his,
I was seeing that guy he was slide tackling in the game for no reason. He was just slide tackling the balls and Barca players just like dribbling around him. Like, why?
Yeah,
the thing is, I remember his Dortmund days. Like he was when he actually defended. Like he wasn't a bad defender. I think he just needs a coach that's gonna force him to defend. He's just kind of
Or-
lazy now.
Maybe he's not a 10.
Who?
Bellingham.
He's not. He's an 8.
Yeah, but maybe they need Nico Paz to be in front of him, so Bellingham could have more
I
freedom.
don't
in
think they need another attacking player to fit into this mathematical equation they have going on.
Okay.
We don't need any more bed mass here. I think they
Okay,
need to
so what's
figure
the
it out.
solution? Because I did hear that Real Madrid will be accepting offers for Rodrigo.
No way.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I saw Rodrigo
100%.
and I think Brahim
100%.
Diaz as well. I think
wouldn't-
they were
I wouldn't
mentioning.
celebrate.
Brahim Diaz?
I don't know, there's like a list of players that it was on Twitter. I don't know if it was like an official source, but there's like a list of like Madrid players that
After
are
that last
on the market.
after
you
that
know?
last Koundé performance that the last play he did there where
Brahim?
Koundé scored,
Yeah.
Raheem
He got a
is
little
instantly
stuck
sent to
there.
the transfer market.
Yeah.
And he was pretty good this year.
Raheem, Rodrigo, I think I saw like Camavinga was in there too. There's like a couple names, Ferland Mendy, Garcia. Like I think they're gonna have to really do a little bit of like
They're gonna
an
do
overhaul.
a heavy.
Especially if Xabi Alonso's coming in. Like I think they're gonna have to basically like revamp the squad to kind of fit his
3 at the back.
new style of play. Maybe it's the 3 at the back. I don't think he's gonna go 3 at the back with them because like they're already kind of short on center backs as
Dude,
it is.
there's no way.
But
You think Xabi Alonso's coming in?
I think so, man.
Why?
Because he already said that he's leaving at the end of the season, Leverkusen. They've looked kind of uninspired this season as well, Leverkusen, and I think like it's not gonna be Klopp because I think Klopp already declined it. I don't know who else it would be if it's not Xabi Alonso. It just kind of makes the most sense.
Zidane.
No,
bad.
I don't.
Zidane's not going back.
Do you think this Xabi Alonso coming in and the team that they have now, without any transfers, without nothing, what team he has now,
No.
Fully
think-
fit.
fully fit? It's again, that's also the argument there because this team is never fully fit.
Yeah,
What Militao got injured in the first couple games of the
they're
season.
missing a lot of defenders. this
Alaba again was injured all through the season as well. Ferland Mendy was on and off. Like Carvajal injured all season too. Do you think this team again? Yeah, sure, fit. Give them the full team to reset, fully fit. Are they going to do damage
with Xabi Alonso.
with Xabi Alonso at the helm?
Fully fit, yeah, I think so. Like even like because if you think of it, like even if they find a way to play like a 3-back like Xabi Alonso likes, I think they have some of the players that would perform well. Like to be honest, I think Valverde would be a crazy right wing back, going up and down that right hand side. I think he would cook.
Do you think Valverde at the right wing back position is kind of a waste, knowing that a player like him can literally be much better used in the mid?
It depends what they do in the midfield.
Well-
I think right because I think Bellingham would probably have to play in the midfield for that to work, and then you're probably pairing him with like a Tchouaméni or like a Camavinga to kind of be his counter and kind of be like the holder, while Bellingham is a little bit more of a roamer.
Then who
Right.
are you playing just behind the striker?
Well, you're probably playing Xavi plays like a 2-1. He usually
2-1?
plays, so it'll probably be I would imagine Bellingham in the mid, and then the front 3 would probably be I would say it'd probably be Rodrigo, Vinny, and
Mbappe.
Mbappe.
Right? If there was no transfers,
If
right?
there is no transfers, right? But like that's the thing, right?
He's
I
gonna
think
bring
like,
some of his Leverkusen.
he'll probably
boys.
bring players with him. I would imagine, like Jonathan Tah's available on a free, right? So it's like
That
if that
would be
happens,
interesting as well.
It kind
He's
of makes
apparently
sense.
going to Barca.
He's
Barca
probably-
are back in for him.
There's a lot of free. He's free. There's going to be a lot of players or teams that will probably want him.
They have a lot of center backs, Barca.
But they're going to get rid of
They're getting rid of
Christensen.
Christensen.
And
They already have
other
Araujo,
guy,
they
I
have
think.
Kubarsi,
They might get
they
rid of
have
Araujo,
Eric,
though.
they have Inigo,
I don't know why.
a couple
Garcia's
other
gonna
academy
get rid of
players,
Garcia.
right?
What?
Yeah.
That guy stinks.
Who?
He's had a great season.
Who?
He
Eric
doesn't even
Garcia.
play.
Garcia barely
Hey,
plays.
Garcia? No, when he comes on, I'll give him credit. He does his job. And he's been coming on in the 6 as well. He's done what he has to do.
Is
not done.
Ancelotti leaving before the Club World Cup?
I think June he starts, right?
Damn. So
I think it depends on if they could get the guy they want before the Club World Cup. I'm sure Ancelotti's not gonna. He's just gonna do whatever Madrid
His
wants.
contract starts in June.
It's
So
already confirmed.
already
He's
confirmed. he's
leaving
gone.
before.
Yeah.
So it'll probably realistically Xabi Alonso can start at the beginning of June. Like they're not playing Club World Cup Leverkusen, right? So it's like he can
is
just
this
shift-
Madrid team bringing all their guys to that Club World Cup tournament?
Probably. They probably will.
Yeah, it's America. If they're gonna get
I
the
think they have to.
yeah, because if you win, you get that 100 million.
Yeah,
or whatever
and
it
you
was.
also get a pretty fat sum of money if you win. It's like
I mean,
110
you can
million.
definitely run some subs into the first couple games.
Yeah, you only need to play like your probably proper 11. Like once you start getting into maybe like the quarter, semifinals, depending how your route goes. But like for the group stages, you can rotate your whole team and probably still be okay. But dude, 110 mil. If you win that, that's funding your back line, right? If you're
It's
Madrid,
funding your transfer window right there.
yeah. Well, I mean, for Madrid,
Not for Madrid,
it'll
but-
probably just fund like a center back. But like, you know what I mean? But like, it gives them even more money to kind of okay, like now we don't have to worry about maybe selling Vinny to Saudi Arabia. We can just we won the tournament, 110 mil. Let's go spend 90 on Saliba or something like that. You know what I mean? Like they can do something like that and bring in like a rock at the back. Maybe they bring in Town, a free transfer. Now all of a sudden their back line is like
Back to
renewed.
Yeah.
Don't forget about Trent as well.
I don't think,
I don't
that's
think
gonna
it's
happen.
confirmed.
You don't, but it looks pretty
And if he
close
comes in
to
on a
it.
free too, then boom, that's another player that can play on that kind of
good
the wing.
question for you
But
guys. Would you rather see Trent playing in the midfield and have Valverde play as the right back,
No.
switch him over to a right back, or the other way around?
I don't think Trent can play in the mid. Like they've tried it didn't work. And I think especially in a 3-back, if that's what Xabi Alonso's going
They
to
tried it
play,
in the World Cup, remember?
it's not going to work like in a
Yeah.
3-back. Like I feel like the mid has so much responsibility in that 3-back. I think the last thing that you would need is like a makeshift center mid playing in there, especially with like the midfielders that Madrid already have at their disposal. Like
So you would say if Trent comes in, he'd be playing like a right wing back, right mid-ish.
probably
That'd be
if
pretty
they're
good for
playing-
him.
if they're
That'd be-
playing
that'd be a good
3-back,
role for
right?
him.
Probably like wing back.
You wouldn't have to like necessarily defend as much.
A little
and
bit,
you can go up more.
Playing similar to how like I guess like Grimaldo plays for
Yeah.
Leverkusen right now because he's not the fastest, but like he is a little bit more of like dead ball specialist. Like has a good ball on him, probably takes the set pieces, and he's kind of that anchor man. And then maybe they have someone with a little bit of pace on the left to kind of like
Behind him.
balance.
Yeah.
I feel like Grimaldo might be one of the guys to bring over with him.
I saw Grimaldo might go to Barca.
He's from Barca. Like back in the day.
You're so fixated on Xabi Alonso.
I think that's what it's gonna be. Like,
What if they get Raul
then maybe they get Raul.
Raul,
but
where's
I
he
don't-
coming from?
Castilla?
Damn.
No, I don't think they're gonna do a Castilla, man.
They
I
did it with
Was
Zidane.
Yeah, I know, but Zidane I think was different.
Zidane had a team already built in for him. Like the team he came into was already like
I think
Set
like,
stone.
I think
Top.
like if Madrid are coming off of winning like a Champions League this season and Ancelotti's just stepping away, then maybe maybe Raul's an option because then
Why?
you're taking over a team that's already successful. But like I think it's a lot to.
Their team won the CL last year.
I know, but dude,
Not the same
It's
team,
not
man.
the same team, first of all. But second, like it's also a lot asking like a player, a gaffer coming from the academy who's never actually technically coached professionals,
It happened with Zizou.
right? To come in and now to do this with, with all
I-
these prima donnas in the
I
team.
think why it happened was Zizou too. Now you have, let's say, that same team Zizou first got, all stars, big names, huge players, World Cup winners, just champions.
Had a flop of a season
But
when he came in.
Zizou comes in versus like say Raul comes in. Who's getting that respect instantly coming from the players?
Raul definitely has
Raul's
some respect.
Madrid, like
Madrid legend.
the
as
face of
well.
Madrid.
But now let's say Xabi Alonso and Raul. Like I feel like Xabi Alonso has already been proven as a manager. A lot of the players will be like, okay, like I'll listen to him. Like he knows what he's talking about. He's done it in the biggest stages. He's gone undefeated in the league. He's won the league, the Copa, the Pokal. Sorry, not the Pokal. He lost Pokal, but Europa League. He's a winner. It's different when you're coming up against a gaffer coming from the Castille.
It could be Raul, right? We really don't know. Like maybe that's another option too, but I don't know. I feel like if you had to pick between the two, like both of them are obviously Madrid legends, but you're probably picking the one that has a little bit more like experience, tenure. But who knows? It'll be interesting to
No.
see
There's probably another
either
hidden
which
one.
way, right?
Again, we're talking about the Real Madrid. They don't do things. They don't do any funny business. They don't sign players that are if or maybes or they might be good. They're not going to sign a coach that he might be good. They have to go for the best of the best right now, and Xabi Alonso's the best right now.
Klopp
That's
is the best right
available.
now.
That's available and wants to go. That's what I'm saying.
Klopp, I
Again,
think, is
you don't
available
take
as
a
a coach.
you don't waste precious years of Mbappe, Vinny, Rodrigo, and Bellingham with Raul. I'm sorry, you don't give that not even like a hint of what if with Raul.
There wasn't what if with Zidane.
No, but I'm saying, but right now, this is the
That Ronaldo, Bale, Benz,
I guess, but like
James.
I think right now you don't.
It's also
No
we're saying
bargain.
this because we actually don't know anything about how Raul's Castilla team is playing. Like what kind of system he puts into place. Is it a good system? Like Does he play
Speak
good
for
football?
yourself. They play great attacking football.
That's what I'm saying. Like we don't know. That's why maybe we're saying Xabi Alonso. If he's actually playing good football and he has like a system in place, maybe he is the right person.
What would you want though? What would you want for Juve? Like knowing that there's a coach out there that legit won the league in his first year, right?
Second.
Or his second year.
It was like 1.5. I think even half.
There, he went undefeated, almost went undefeated the whole season. Or go for someone that's playing in Castilla or just coaching a Castilla team.
Yeah,
Let's
but
be real.
would you rather the coach that loses in big games?
He lost in one big game. He lost one game.
He got killed in one
He
game.
lost one game.
In a final.
Okay, he dominated Bayern the whole season. The Bayern.
That one
You're gonna
last
go
year.
for Raul
Last year was not
Raul?
the Bayern.
Like,
Last year was not the Bayern.
I don't know. That's
Okay, but Carlo Ancelotti's tenure is coming to an end.
Let's see.
Is he the best Madrid coach of all time?
No,
Why?
because like coaches like Del Bosque coached Madrid and Mourinho, but I don't know. Mourinho, Ancelotti is probably up past Mourinho. It's tough. I don't know.
Like, are you saying like based on their Madrid tenure or just like overall manager?
Madrid tenure.
Because realistically,
Be hard.
Zidane's the best of all time.
Why?
Because what he has 3 UCLs
Three-peat, bro.
in 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane.
Pretty good. Ancelotti has 3 UCLs under his belt though with Madrid.
Yeah, but a lot more years.
Yeah.
3 in a row too. 3 in a row from Zidane is next level.
So do you guys think he deserves to get sacked?
I don't think he's getting sacked. I think they're making it more like a parting of ways. I don't think they're explicitly using the term like Ancelotti sacked. I think they're saying he'll be leaving the club. So it's almost like it's his choice.
Okay, but you don't think he deserves to get a contract renewal?
I don't know if he necessarily wants a contract renewal. I think based on what he's done for the club, I do think he deserves a contract renewal. But I feel like based on where Madrid are right now, I think they need a fresh start.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think he knows that.
Yeah,
And that's the reason why he's agreeing to
step away.
step away.
I think they need a fresh start more than they need his qualities as a manager. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so with that said, do you think Ancelotti is ready for international football?
I mean, why not? Like he's proven that he could do it, in multiple leagues, so to say. And a lot of his like best successes have been with cup competitions, right? Like Champions League, he's been great in the Champions League. And I think that's probably the closest you can get to kind of emulating what you have to do as an international gaffer as well.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I do think that he's ready for that next step, obviously, which we know he'll be taking into international football. So it'll be interesting to see what he can do.
Yeah.
How do you think he's going to do?
Me personally,
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to win the World Cup, if that's what you're asking me. But I do think he'll be the best Brazil manager, like in some time. Like, obviously, Brazil haven't really been relevant in like the World Cup since when? Like 2006 maybe was the last time you
Define
can say,
irrelevant.
like a team that actually looked like they were going to win the World Cup. Not like the favorite going into it, but when they actually got out on the pitch, like they could win something.
Depends what round you're talking.
Right? Probably like 2006, right? Maybe 2010, whatever. But like I think he'll be the best gaffer since they've won the World Cup for them to have.
Yeah. He's a tournament coach.
Right?
He gets the best out of your players in those games that are needed to get the best out of the players. Vini's gonna cook for Brazil now, most likely. Rodrigo should be cooking for Brazil now. The only thing is, how does Rafinha fit into the squad? Because Carlo's probably gonna use his boys. Does Rafinha get into the squad as a starter, maybe as a striker or a cam?
You think there's going to be some favoritism?
Well, there's been a lot of post-game pictures of Ancelotti whispering in Rafinha's ear, close connection. So they're probably building that rapport so that come international break, Ancelotti, he has his boys, but he knows ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll see Rafinha in training and he'll do his thing. But do you guys think Italy fans should be upset that Ancelotti has chosen to coach Brazil?
Yeah. The heck? It's the stupidest thing. Why are you going to coach Brazil? I mean, I don't know if Italy ever offered him a contract, but like,
That's why I don't think you can really be upset at it.
it is. But like, you can be like for someone that played for the Italy national team. This is like someone that has only one World Cup more than us, and you're gonna help them get another one possibly
How mad would you get
if they win with him.
if Brazil win the World Cup next year with an Italian?
Well, it would be that would put Brazil on 6 and us on 5.
4.
5.
Yeah, 4.
No, they'll put them on 6 and us on 5.
Excuse
It
me?
doesn't work like that, bro.
Yeah.
You can't double count it.
You
Oh,
could.
because he's an Italian?
Yeah.
You're so dumb.
That's some J logic.
That made no sense. I would
Some
never
J
say
logic
something
with
like that.
Jorginho.
But who would you say, in terms of a national team, is in a better upcoming in terms of talent, in terms of, the players they have now to win?
Out of Brazil and
Brazil and
Italy?
Italy.
Pretty similar. Both kind of shit.
I think
There's
Brazil.
a talent at the disposal of the manager.
Brazil
though?
doesn't have that good of a talent. I know you want to say they do, but they don't.
They do. They do.
They don't. They don't.
They do.
They don't.
They have the talent on different ends of the pitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brazil might have it going forward, tough in the midfield, shaky in the back. Goalkeeper, I'll give it to you. Italian, strong goalkeeper, strong defense, strong midfield, weak going forward.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Brazil probably have more star power, like bigger names in the team,
But not more talent.
but not necessarily. Depends how you define talent. Like,
Talent.
if you
I
define-
define talent by
if you
how you
define-
define
if you
talent.
define-
Young game changers.
No, it doesn't have to be young.
they
It's
don't
just
have to be young,
talent.
but I think if you look at
Well, yeah, you're an international gaffer. You like, and maybe you want to have a long tenure with the team. You want some young talent,
No, but talent. I mean,
not
is-
aging players who are about to cut the squad.
Okay,
who-
but
they don't
realistically,
really have any. Italy don't really
Italy
have any
is-
more
Italy
Italy
doesn't,
players
no.
anymore.
no, but
like our midfield is like, not
Tonali,
Tonali, Barella, and
Fratesi, Fagioli,
yeah, like
Italy, I think, easily have the better midfield.
yeah, not even close.
Right.
better defense.
okay, but like, why didn't Ancelotti choose to coach Italy?
Because we
I
never
don't
gave
think he was
offered
offered
him.
a job.
Why?
And we have Spalletti now.
Okay, but let's say you have Pep Guardiola, Hansi Flick, Jurgen Klopp, Ancelotti. They're all lined up. They all get asked, you want to coach Italy or you want to coach Brazil? Who are they going to choose?
Those Italian coaches.
Who did I say?
I don't even know.
You weren't listening to what I said?
I was
Oh,
thinking
the
of
top
Ancelotti.
coaches.
Probably Brazil, because Pep already said he wanted to coach Brazil one day. Yeah,
Why are they choosing Italy?
because Italy's never in the talks. Like they only choose Italian coaches. They're not gonna.
So did Brazil for the last 100 years.
but guess what they're doing now? They're choosing an Italian coach.
Okay, but maybe Italy will get there too.
No, we actually produce good coaches.
Yeah, and Brazil don't. But did you answer my question?
Well, they're not. It's never gonna happen for them. That's why
But what would they choose?
they're gonna choose Brazil because it's more realistic.
No, I'm talking about quality though, or opportunity, situation.
The situation,
Everything.
I think they're on par.
So they would choose Italy, you think?
No, I just situation wise, they're gonna choose Brazil.
There you go. Is that you guys agree?
No, I do agree with you because I think like, I don't know. I think like, in the grand scheme of things, like I think Brazil are seen as like
What's a more attractive job?
realistically Brazil because they're seen real like as the greatest nation of all time when it comes to football.
At the same time, Italy have a better World Cup. Sorry, let me just rephrase that. Italy have a more recent success internationally than
International.
Brazil. I would say in the 21st century, it's Italy over Brazil. I'm sorry, we can still count the 5 stars from 2002, but that's what, 23 years ago. Since that
Italy
time,
missed 2 World Cups. this
since that time,
century.
Italy also have a Euro and the World Cup in 06.
Brazil have 4 Copa Americas.
You also say the Copa America is a way less than Euros.
When did I say that?
You don't? Do you guys think so?
100% is. It's not the same quality.
How many of those Copa Americas were won this in the 21st century? All 4?
4. Yeah.
Out
was
of
the
how many?
last
Out of
one?
how many?
The last one was 2019.
How many Copa Americas in that time?
How many Copa America tournaments have been played?
Probably 10.
Yeah, it's almost half of them.
So
Yeah.
8 Copa Americas.
Yeah, but realistically, like, who's gonna win that tournament? There's not that many teams that could win it.
Okay.
It's gonna be Argentina, Brazil, or like Chile.
Or like Uruguay, or like
Yeah,
Colombia.
but Uruguay wasn't good for like a good.
Uruguay
amount of
won
time.
a Copa America this century. Colombia won a Copa America this century. Chile won 2 Copa Americas
If
this
anything,
century.
that shows how bad Brazil is. They should be winning like at least 50%.
Italy should be making World Cups.
Yeah, I agree with that. But I was just trying to say that Euro is bigger than.
Okay,
Copa.
maybe, but
I don't know. The only reason I think Ancelotti took the Brazil job is because it was offered. If Italy was out there available, sure, but I don't think they're gonna step away from Spalletti.
No, Spalletti's a good coach.
There's no reason
not
to.
a good coach.
Maybe,
Yes, he
maybe
is a good-
I'm sure Ancelotti will probably be asking for more too.
Yeah, he's gonna be more. Expensive.
Azuri fans wanted him gone.
Like that.
Yeah, they did. I saw with my own eyes on Twitter.
Bro, it depends who you follow on Twitter, though.
A lot of people were saying
one wants him
Spalletti out.
Yeah,
He's a good
but I think too, like they've already kind of bought into the project with Spalletti.
So
I
the
feel
same
like you
about
need to-
Mancini.
I feel like you need to let it ride a little bit.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
He hasn't really had anything to like.
Italy job is not an attractive job. I don't care what anyone
It's
says.
not. It's not as attractive as the Brazil job.
Not even close.
Yeah, that's fair.
What do you think? What makes the Brazil job so attractive?
Just the aura, I think, around like Brazil and like the history.
Okay, but if Ancelotti now goes to Brazil, sure they qualified the World Cup because it's going to be a lot easier for Brazil to qualify for this World Cup. And sorry, they're qualified already. That's what it is.
Yeah.
They're qualified. If they get knocked out in the first round after group, is that a bad look for Ancelotti?
Yeah, of
Is
course.
him not going to Brazil, getting knocked out early, not doing much damage with his Brazil team now taint his his management career?
I don't think so.
But what if he did that with Italy? Same thing or different?
Like, would it taint his?
His managerial career.
I think honestly, either way he goes, I think he's safe because like both teams haven't necessarily been like stellar.
But
right?
why?
Like,
But
Brazil
why?
haven't been good for the last
But
like
you
decade.
think him going to Brazil, knowing that it's going to be a tough project to play with, because it's not going to be a team that's going to be easy to just walk into like a Madrid.
Yeah.
You don't have money to spend.
Yeah,
It's
you
going to be
have-
the talent that you have
Yeah, you have
available
the talent
to
that
you.
you have, yeah.
Like, and this team already has shown has been having some difficulties with just the way it's been
So I
managed.
think that's almost an advantage for him, right? Because it's like they've already been having those difficulties. So if like those difficulties continue, then people will just say, "Oh, this Brazil team's just not good."
So do you think it's easier for him to go to Brazil, mess up, F off, whatever, and say, "Oh, it's the team had nothing available for me," than to go to Italy and actually like do bad there?
100%.
So if him taking the Brazil job is better for his managerial career, even if he screws it up.
100%.
If he screws up in Italy, he'll get.
If he screws up in Italy, that he's not managing anymore. Like
Yeah.
Italians won't rate him for a long time.
It's also a safer pick for him.
yeah.
Yeah.
So him taking his Brazil job is better for him, win or lose.
Yeah.
I don't think it's more which is the better pick. It's more for him and his career as
So
a
it's a
manager.
more attractive job.
Not because you're taking the Brazil job. I think it's because
Well, it's
it
part of it.
I think it looks better for him to win or lose.
Yeah, it's a more attractive job.
No, attractive job is sure me going to coach the best team in the world and win, or the job where I can win or lose and not take any flack from it.
Yeah, that's part of it. It's what makes it attractive.
No, you're looking at it differently. I'm looking at it not attractive.
I'm like all factors considered.
Would Brazil be more attractive than Spain right now? You think?
No.
No team's more attractive than Spain right now. Proper young ballers that are actually performing at the level that they should be, and
They're the best in the world.
coming from
Like,
winning the Europa
It's also
League.
the best. Not always the best team. Yeah, it's an attractive job. But for example, like a lot of managers would see the U.S. job as a pretty attractive job.
Yeah,
like
that's
a lot
true.
of resources, bare room to grow, opportunity,
That's why Pochettino.
a lot of room for failure, for
but
success.
Pochettino already getting a lot of slack from the media because of what he's been doing. A lot of the fans is already like saying, well, why we take this guy in?
Yeah. Well, their team sucks.
I don't think it's an attractive job. That Berhalter was already like memed because she said he was going to leave and he stayed. Did nothing with the team.
I mean, at the end of the day, I think if you look at it, like he's definitely the best manager U.S. will have for a long time. His resume is stacked with what he's done. You know what I mean? So like, even if the U.S. are not happy with what he's doing now, what are you gonna do? Fire him? He's the best you've ever had.
They will
what I
fire
mean?
him because they're not a progressive country for footy at all. Like, and that's what our manager said. What's his name again? Am I blanking out? What's Canada's manager again?
Jesse Marsh.
Jesse Marsh. He's literally said it. Like Canada is so much more progressive than the US, but it's not US, so that's why it's not as like people don't care about being the Canada coach as much as the US coach or just in general. They're not progressive countries. What I'm trying to say is what I said before. It's not a coach that many coaches
you
want to
think
do.
they've taken a step back that much?
Yeah.
They have taken a step back with Pochettino and before Pochettino. Like all their best players don't play that well for them anymore.
But you think if Pochettino wasn't there, it would be better? No, I
Same
think it'd be
thing.
worse.
The same thing.
I
It'd
think
probably be the same thing because like there's only like that's the big difference with international football is like especially if you're expected to be like a dominant team, if you don't have the quality, you can't go buy players, and you can't like just make your players good enough to play an attractive brand of football. The only time you see like a good manager go and like maybe be successful with like a lesser team is like if they can resort to playing like a counterattacking style, a more defensive style. They can be solid, and then just like squeak results out. But if USA or Brazil try to play that style, you're gonna get roasted in the media. Like if Ancelotti goes to Brazil and tries to play like a defensive system with counterattacking, he's gonna get roasted because Brazil fans expect to go out and dominate the games.
Yeah, but then what if
Right?
that brings you results?
They don't care. We've heard these guys talk when they had Coleman and other gaffers. I think it would be the same with Brazil. Like if you had a Brazilian gaffer that came in and then just parked the bus solid, but counterattacked with just pace up
So
top, would you be
that's
happy
what
as
I'm
a
saying.
Brazilian gaffer?
Dunga got a lot of hate for doing that.
At that point, like, how is a job an attractive job if knowing that you can't go in there playing the style you want to play? You necessarily have to play the style that is built because of the national, heritage, and you don't really have feasible players to play in the style you want to play either. If he's going to, let's say any manager goes defensively, what the defense are you playing with defensively? You literally have to go there and look to attack every single game.
Yeah, Carlo fits pretty well to the Brazil system, so I guess it's a perfect.
It's
perfect
gonna
fit.
be interesting.
It is a.
There's still a
perfect
couple more games for qualifier when he comes in. You see how they sit. So
I just want to see how he's gonna line up this team. Like I want to see who's going where. Does Neymar get into this team when he's back?
if you
Yeah,
come
for
back,
sure. If he's fit,
If he's
Healthy.
ever fit, I could see Rafinha taking over for that cam role.
he kind of has been.
I think that's gonna lead to Neymar's out.
I mean, as long as he's healthy, I think he'll be there.
We'll see.
That's it.
Yeah,
healthy or
it'll be
not, you
interesting
think
to see how they
Rafinha
line
still
up.
takes that position though?
That's what I'm saying. I think Rafinha might take it.
It's past him.
Neymar just gonna be a sub that comes on. I don't know. I'm not Brazilian.
Maybe.
Locker room presence.
He could also play as like a false nine, potentially.
But with a cam behind him, how's he gonna play false nine?
What do you mean? Runners.
You're gonna have
They
two
run to the space.
false nines.
No, Rafinha's playing 10, and then you have Neymar playing false 9.
So they rotate.
Like like a fluid front four, basically.
Yeah, we see how that's working for
All right, well, you're giving Ancelotti
Madrid.
You're giving
Give
Ancelotti's
his
ideas,
away,
tactics
man.
for him, man.
Sorry, man. I'm a tactician. What can I say?
But anyways, speaking of legendary gaffers, Fabio Capello was in the media today with another great quote. He's always in the media. He loves a good quote. But basically, Fabio Capello said, the best players are Pele, Maradona, and Messi, with Ronaldo just behind, Brazilian Ronaldo. Cristiano is a good player, but not at his level. He scores goals, but these three players have extra imagination and make something you can't understand. Is it speaking nonsense or facts?
No, this is nonsense, bro. Like Ronaldo had to change up his game to become just that goal scorer. But like we watched his early days at Madrid, his days at United, like his creativity was insane. Like his way, the dribbling, his free kicks from like pretty much halfway, his even his some of the passes that he made. Or I don't know, I think he's pretty imaginative on the field when he back in the day. But yeah, he turned more into that poacher, that striker, which I guess that's what people think of Ronaldo nowadays. But people don't like understand like how good Ronaldo actually was. You know, my opinion. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I don't disagree with his reasoning, though.
Okay.
With like, I think he's admitting that he's like a phenomenal player, but I think like we had this conversation before. I can't remember like what it was centered around, but like I can't remember what word we were using. I think it was like when we were using footballing genius or something like that, and we were having this exact same discussion about how we didn't consider Ronaldo a footballing genius because he doesn't have that.
Don't say we.
The majority of us, I think.
I don't think it
Came
was
to that
majority. I think it was
conclusion.
minority.
I think it was majority, to be honest. Just like this government, but anyway. But I think it's gonna come down to that too. Like he doesn't have that necessarily like that extra bit of like magic or like ingenuity in his game that those other players had that kind of set them apart. And we came to that conclusion last time too. I'm pretty sure.
We didn't.
Pretty sure everybody but you agreed.
No. I'm pretty sure Dan. I think I had Dan and Dave on my side that time.
I don't know.
I wasn't part. I was. Ronaldo is a genius.
Yeah.
You were.
And I think Dave
I think I
was
was
too.
too.
Really?
Yeah.
So if anything, it was a 50-50 split.
Yeah.
I think it was a 50.
But you got two Ronaldo haters on your side, so it doesn't really count. So realistically, majority is us.
I don't know if it works like that, but yeah.
I don't know. What do you guys think?
So does Ronaldo not have imagination?
Yes.
I do think he does. He does have imagination for sure, but I don't think he necessarily had that like that almost that creative gene.
Like what? But what's this creative gene that you're talking about here?
Like what was like the most amount of assists he's had in a season?
No, but that's not
That's
the only way you could be creative though.
What do you mean?
Your dribbling could be creative. The way I don't know, anything could be creative in football.
So if you're dribbling and then just rifling a shot from 40 yards out that goes into the stand, do you consider that like genius?
Maybe the way he beat a player, yeah.
But he beats the player, then booms it into the stands. Genius.
Okay, we could. How about when Neymar does it? When Neymar does like some nice skills.
I don't think
is he
Neymar was
genius?
mentioned in that list though.
No, okay. When R9 does step overs, is he genius?
I don't think R9 was in that list.
Yes, he
either.
was.
He wasn't.
Was R9 in the list?
Not in the list of players he considered a genius.
No.
Yeah, he said Ronaldo just behind.
Ronaldo was just behind
Yeah.
Cristiano.
No,
No.
Ronaldo was just behind those guys.
R9 was just behind those guys.
Messi, Maradona,
Yeah.
Cruyff. So I
Not
think
Cruyff.
it's
Did you say
fair.
Cruyff?
No,
Cruyff's not there.
I swear Capello said Cruyff, no?
Pele, Messi, Maradona.
If anything,
Pele
Cruyff
was
is
in
more of
there
a
too.
genius than R9.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
How about you guys? What are you guys saying over there?
Nothing more for me to say. You guys said it all.
Yeah.
I agree with you, Spatty, and not with Capella. I think Ronaldo is a genius in his own way. The way it's different, right? It's like you think you're telling me that movement and that positioning and that forward thinking that Ronaldo had to do to get into that position where he did the freaking bicycle against Juve is not magical
It's
or
high
like,
IQ.
or high IQ or is like something different. 100% it is. No player can just see that in the future and think, what, maybe I should be in this position and do this. These are things that are not regular, and to me, I think he definitely is a genius for that example right there. That alone is a huge example. You need to be a genius to pull that out of your bag. You have to be. So
You mentioned assists. You mentioned assists or something.
Yeah.
What if do you think Iniesta is a genius?
Not the same level of the guys that we're talking about.
No.
I do think he's a footballing genius, but I think like there's a different level with those players that you're talking about.
I don't even feel like R9 has the same amount of assists as CR.
I'm pretty sure CR7 has more assists
I don't-
in leagues than Iniesta does.
No, I agree with you. He probably does, but I don't know. Like, when my head, like when I'm thinking of like the footballing geniuses, like I'm thinking of those players that were mentioned first.
No, I don't mind his list of what was it again? Messi, Maradona, Pele. I don't mind that.
Like I agree that those players are footballing geniuses.
Yes, I agree with that. I think Cruyff could be in the mix there too.
Yeah.
But I don't know if R9's ahead of CR.
Yeah, that's fair. I agree with you.
Do you agree with that?
How come?
I just well, obviously R9's like his career got shortened because of
injuries.
but it is what it is. That's what happens. But if we're just looking at career wise, I've watched Ronaldo's whole career. I've watched part of R9's, a little bit of R9's. And what I've seen, I think CR was more of a genius, but I've also only watched the later end of R9. So I don't know. It's tough. Even when you watch highlights, like there's so many highlights of CR, R9. He has the step overs. Yes, he has the World Cup. But yes, like it's I don't know. It's tough. I don't even know how to explain this. This is how tough this is. It's like something that you just can't say with words. It's just like eye test. He has the eye test. He has it. If you say he doesn't, then it's crazy to say that. Because yeah, there's different ways of being genius. Like Dave said, that bicycle kick, that's genius. That's a genius. That's a genius movement, a genius technique, and a genius finish.
I agree.
And what was that? Was that a final? That was the final.
Yeah, dude.
I think it was the final.
No,
it was
semifinals.
quarters or semis. Yeah, Sierra's got to be on that list.
That's fair. Yeah, I feel like Capello, he's always due for a controversial take. He oftentimes doesn't say too many good things about Cristiano, so
Yeah, he's definitely biased.
definitely on brand a little bit. But hey, a lot of what he said is definitely true. I feel like that's my 2 cents.
It's up for debate. I feel a lot of people like just to be relevant and get themselves back on media, just say things about Ronaldo, and Ronaldo just says like this guy's no football.
Yeah.
It's easy to bash Ronaldo. Like,
Yeah, no, I think sometimes these guys just also like to say stuff to just like kind of remain relevant too. Like I think it's just a good thing, but I don't know.
Yeah, Capello used to do this stuff with like Totti all the time. Like just talk shit about
Yeah, you're
Totti
right.
and Cassano or whoever it was. He just likes talking shit about people. He'll praise one person, then he has to talk shit about someone every single time. Yeah. Do we have any more topics, or do you want to do some UCL?
We can jump into UCL, boys. We got semifinals kicking off tomorrow. Some of the Champions League games I'm looking forward to the most. You know, we got a Spanish team in there, we got an Italian team in there, we got an English team in there, a French team in there.
Yep, diverse.
Who are we missing? German team.
No
German team. That's what I'm saying. Is the German team the league now the 5th best league in the world because they don't have any representation in the finals of the Champions League?
No, I don't think so. But I mean, if you want to look at it that way, you could.
No.
But yeah.
But first game coming up tomorrow, Tuesday, April 30th, I believe. We got Arsenal versus PSG.
Come on, Barca.
From what we have
29
and what we
tomorrow.
see on in the studio right now, we have no Arsenal kids,
No.
more PSG kids.
I don't have an Arsenal kit to be fair, but
So would
Dave
you
does.
would we say are we PSG win?
Better win. I do not want to see Arsenal win. I do not. I do not want to listen to them. Julian, you're one of them.
oh, shit.
I can't hear these Arsenal fans we're the best. You know?
Yeah, I think like for me personally, I don't know if I necessarily have that deep level of hatred that it sounds like you do. I also don't like the Arsenal fans on Twitter. That's probably maybe my main beef. But like, I would rather just see PSG in the final because I do think that they play a more entertaining brand of football that would, like, as a neutral, would just be better for the final. You know what I mean? Like, I think like for me, ideally, like I'm watching like a Barca versus PSG final because I think that will produce the best quality match for me as a neutral, right? I think like if you're watching like an Arsenal versus like an Inter, I don't know if I'm making it through 90.
That's not gonna happen.
You know, I'm not making it through 90 unless Rice is banging free kicks. You know,
You're not.
I'm keeping it a stack.
You're gonna
right?
fall asleep during the
might.
90.
I might just, right? So I think like selfishly, I'd rather see PSG go through because I think it'd be cool to see like the battle of these two
Back and
attacking
forth.
teams, back and forth. You know, Yamal versus Doué. You know, a little Wonder Kid battle. Something like that would be cool. A little bit of a storyline there. You know, Mbappe leaves PSG and then they step up and maybe they win the Champions League. Like, there's some cool storylines that I think that can come out of it. So, I also have strong ties to, you know, the country of France and the city of Paris, you know, with my heritage. So I think that too.
You're French.
Oui. Oui.
Je m'appelle.
Answer this now. Of these two squads, which of them do you think is more deserved to be in the position they are now in the Champions League, or you think both of them, you know, had a great Champions League season overall and deserve to be in the semifinal?
Well, I think like obviously both of them deserve to be here. Obviously they're here for a reason, but I think like Arsenal obviously I think had like they crushed it in the league phase, right? So I think they like had like a higher place to get in, but they still beat some very good teams to get here. Whereas PSG were maybe a little bit more of like a wild card because like they didn't necessarily have that automatic qualification and to play a playoff game.
And not for
right.
anything. I think PSG also, they kind of surprised us because they even took out the best team in the Champions League this year, which
Yeah,
was Liverpool.
Yeah.
And pretty much outshowed them in both games, even though the first game did draw and in 0-0.
Yeah.
It showed that they deserved to win that game, and they deserve to be in this position. I think I think they're a team that I would say most of us want to see win, and they kind of showed it on the pitch. Whereas Arsenal, sure, those Declan Rice free kicks, wonderful free kicks, set pieces.
Yeah.
But our PSG showed it on the pitch with the talent that they have. Those guys are crazy.
The scary front three.
I think Arsenal, man, they're gonna win
The Champions League?
the game.
No.
The tie.
Who would, like, as a Barca fan, who would you rather play in the final?
In terms of ease of opponent,
Yeah.
Give me ease of opponent and like your heart.
I'd love to see Barca play Arsenal in the final.
But I know you have a little bit of a soft spot for a certain player on PSG. You would want to see him in the final?
Who?
It'd be cool, like you said, the attacking soccer, the end-to-end stuff.
yeah.
It'd be fun, but I don't know. There's something about the institution of Arsenal, Barcelona versus Arsenal, two clubs that have kind of been like in connection the past 2 decades, and a lot of players playing in between those two clubs. I think it'd just be an institution of football. Barcelona versus Arsenal in the Champions League final in Munich.
Do you want this to be just UCL you win, or do you want this to be like one of the most exciting UCL finals pretty much of your lifetime of watching footy?
If Barca end up making the final, it'll be exciting no matter what. Because of the way Hansi Flick plays football.
It won't be, because if Arteta's playing 20 guys at the back, it's not going to be exciting.
He wouldn't do that.
He might just. Bro.
He might. But if you go PSG, you got Luis Enrique coming back. His play style is going to be pretty attacking. It's going to be a back and forth game. Like, that's going to be exciting. Like, that could be one of the best finals I've seen in a while.
Yeah, but if I want consistent back and forth, I'll just watch a basketball game, man. NBA playoffs.
No. Didn't you I could clearly see this in my head. Oh, I only watch soccer for being good. Like, I don't like boring soccer. I wouldn't watch soccer if it was boring.
You probably did say that at some point, Jay, I'll be honest.
You and Matt, and I think
I didn't say I want boring soccer.
That's gonna be boring if Arsenal's playing 26 at the back.
Was Arsenal versus Real Madrid not a great game?
Yeah, because of free kicks. Other than that,
No, besides the free kicks, it was great soccer,
Hey,
especially the second leg.
I would say the second leg was actually better.
okay, yeah, but that's because Madrid sucks though. Now they're coming up against a better opponent who's gonna be attacking them. They're gonna defend.
I think PSG are gonna be all over them.
I think PSG are going over Arsenal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they're going to defend again against PSG, because PSG's attack is, you can't let that just run around and do whatever they want, because that front three is disgusting.
Yeah, it'll be
I don't
interesting
know.
for sure. Like,
I saw TikTok. What's that German TikTok guy again?
you were just
Viago?
on TikTok.
Is that him?
steady, yeah?
Yeah. He made a TikTok. It was funny. He said, this is exactly what he said. He said, this is semifinals that not many football fans like. He said himself that these 4 teams, he doesn't want to see any of them winning because they're all like what's it
Corrupt?
called? Not corrupt.
Annoying
Fans are
bases.
annoying fan bases and all that stuff. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, low key.
I understand Arsenal. What he said was true about Arsenal.
Not Inter.
PSG,
Yeah,
Inter. No, he was saying Inter too have crazy
they do.
annoying fans, and he said PSG oil club. You never want an oil club to win. And then Barcelona, he said same thing. Fan base. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
You guys do a pretty bratty fan.
Y'all relax, man.
Dude, if you're ever on Barca Twitter and you see some of the
you're crazy.
ridiculous things that are said, like,
Like what?
there's just like ridiculous things.
Bro,
being
you
said,
could see it
bro.
in this room.
Everywhere. Yeah. That too.
Half the things that you guys say.
Sometimes you can.
Nah.
What do you mean, nah?
At the end of the day, he said he still wants Barca to win. Out of all the 4 teams, that's the best
Well, good
for
for
a
him.
neutral.
I agree.
he was saying.
I agree.
Just saying.
I couldn't care less.
For storyline,
Because-
there's a lot.
I don't want that to happen, so I don't care.
Yeah.
Who do you want to win then?
PSG, listen.
You're wearing it too.
Yeah, I'm just wearing the jersey.
No. I told you, wear the team that you want to win.
This leg, PSG.
The Champions League, bro.
Champions, when we get there, we'll get there. I got my Barca kit ready. I got a couple.
Steamed?
Steamed.
Dave has the Arsenal kit ready.
No, I hope PSG win as well. I really, like Jay said, I want to see that battle at the end.
He didn't
it.
say that. I
Jay
said
didn't
that.
sorry.
say that. Yeah,
Fatty said that. True.
that was
Come on,
me.
Arsenal to
It was
win.
me,
I
actually.
do want to see Do It versus Lamine Yamal. Like that would be a cool battle. Like
Yeah.
to see the two youngsters ball out in the finals. It would be cool.
Cavada versus.
And there's a lot of
Rafinha.
storylines. There's a lot of storylines.
Do you think
delivers.
Barcola has just been pushed away with Dua's talent now?
Yeah.
Coming up?
No, I don't think so.
Yes,
Because
yes.
the thing with Due is he's a very versatile player.
He's playing in the mid.
Doesn't
He's
matter,
been playing in midfield a lot, so I feel like depending how they approach the game, like I think like that one of them is going to start on the bench because I think you want to have that X factor player to come off the bench, and I think like having Due in the midfield, like it doesn't necessarily have that full balance. You need like a very competitive game, but I think like if you need a goal and like you need to kind of come back, Due can easily slot in that midfield as like an 8, and then you can have all three of those guys playing up top. Like you can have Cavada, Barcola, Dembele, and then Due in behind,
Disgusting.
and that's like ultimate
But-
like disgust.
Barcola did kind of. He kind of is getting left out of the team because your best 11 does not have Barcola on that team.
I don't know, man.
It doesn't.
I don't know.
It
I
doesn't.
don't know if I agree with that.
And every pretty much all the games that they're playing, yeah, Barcola starts some, but when they actually needed to win, Due was in that front three.
Like in the squad I have here and potential squads coming, we have Carvada, Dembele, and Due on the right, and then we have Ruiz, Vitinha, and Neves in the middle.
Yeah.
Which for the most part
Midfield's been
looks
playing
pretty
too
accurate.
Well.
Yeah.
Yeah, the midfield's been playing too well. But I also think I think Due is a good player to start the game, but I do think it's good to have Barcola as an option for the bench because he's versatile, right?
Yeah.
Like he can play pretty much anywhere across the front three, and he gives you maybe a little bit more pace, which maybe against tired legs just makes him a more attractive option off the bench.
No, for sure.
So it's a good problem to have.
Yeah.
I'd love to have that problem.
So what do we have here?
I got Arsenal.
Arsenal,
Pedri.
Body,
Paris Saint-Germain.
body.
Paris, man. I got Paris as well. It's gonna be a good one to watch.
Yeah, it should be fun.
And I also have Paris. You know what's crazy? I have a lot of PSG kits.
How many?
A couple.
4 or 5.
Wait, which one? Do you have the
I have this one.
sand one?
I have
That one?
this one. I have a white one.
Is it your most owned club, you think?
No, I have a United, man.
How many kids you got? More than 4?
Yeah,
Second most. owned.
second most. It's my French team.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Why did Dave just fake laugh?
Pacho, bro. I got a new kid. Dude, the kid this year I have to get with the wings. It's sick.
Yeah, with the
Yeah, you gotta get
Pacho
Pacho
on the
jersey.
back.
Pacho in the back,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Pacho-
Literally the
Pacho's
best
been
defender in the
class.
league. Best defender in the league.
Yeah,
Hands down.
he's been in class.
I think,
sure.
I think that's fair. Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the
The what?
Wednesday fixture, the better fixture in my opinion. I believe.
No, it's also gonna be.
I think it's pretty.
It's
on
gonna be a
par.
thrashing.
Both
It's
pretty
not gonna be a
good.
thrashing.
Y'all gotta relax.
Excuse me.
It's not gonna be a thrashing, but Inter's probably gonna lose.
When's the last time Inter lost 3 games in a row and not and scored a goal?
Yeah, I know. It's been a while.
3 games in a row and not scoring a goal in all 3 of them.
Yeah, and it was all against Serie A teams, which is the crazy part. I don't know. I don't think they get thrashed though. I think it's gonna be. They're probably gonna lose like 1-0, 1 or 2-0.
I don't know, man.
I don't think Inter are scoring a goal, buddy.
They've been looking bad though. That's that. I don't know.
What's your opinion as the Serie A correspondent? Why they have what 3 games in a row? It's unheard of.
Yeah, I don't know. They haven't looked at themselves at all. I mean, they have been running a little bit of rotation, but that's not an excuse. We literally were talking about this on I think our last live that Inter has like one of the deepest teams, or maybe the live before that. Oh, it was with Marco G. Inter have one of the deepest teams I think in the world, but it's not working out. It's not working out. I don't know. Maybe Inzaghi's kind of running out of speeches. I don't know.
I don't know if he's running out of speeches. I
The
think
players are old. We talked about this, man.
they've played a lot of games, a lot of football, a pretty demanding style of football they play too,
Yeah.
right? And like, if we're honest, man, like Marcus Thuram, I think has been a big loss for them too, because I think he's been their best attacker this season. I think without him, like Lautaro, to be honest, hasn't been great this season.
No, he picked it up a lot. Besides the last 3 games.
Not really. Like he hasn't really done much this season.
Just in the last 2 UCL games, he carried.
Carry White guy scored a goal, a couple goals. I don't know, man.
A couple goals.
Dude, they scored a couple goals against the kid that they found on the streets of Cologne, man. Come on, man. He
There
could
you
have
go,
scored
the
those
excuses.
goals. But no, I think, like, to be honest, like, he needs to step up big if they want to have a chance to go through. Especially because I don't think Thuram's going to be fit for the game. He's definitely going to have to step up a lot because I don't even know who they're going to play beside him. I think that's the bigger
I
problem.
think it's gonna be Arnautovic.
Might be Mehdi Taremi.
That I think is the bigger problem,
Might be him too.
right? Because, like, obviously he can only do so much on his ones. And if he's next to, like, an Arnautovic or a Taremi, it's not that same threat that a Thuram imposes, right? So I think that's the bigger issue that Inter, I think, are facing a little bit.
Yeah, but despite that, anything could happen. It's Champions League semifinal soccer. We saw in 2010, Barca were coming into the game against Inter in the semifinal, you know, fresh off a sextuple the last season. You know, this wasn't necessarily the Inter we know now. They ended up winning the treble, but it's like they didn't achieve it yet. And this is the super team Barca. Barca won the first leg 1-0, and then second leg it was just 3-1 mayhem. So anything could happen. Inter could get a dub.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. It's UCL. I think
Cup soccer, man. Tensions are high, nerves are heightened, but I do think, you know, especially with that comeback win in the Copa del Rey final for Barca, they have high mentality right now. The morale is high as well, and they probably feel they could come back or win against anybody. After a game like that, they were getting it handed to them against Madrid late in that second half.
And even against Celta too, right? That was a pretty big, I think, like, morale win.
Mm-hmm.
I think you need those little morale wins because those are what kind of carries you, especially like late in the season. The boys are tired, but you have those moments that kind of just like almost just like re-energize you as a team, bring you closer together.
Mm-hmm.
And I think heading into a Champions League semifinal, those two games that Barca has had versus like the slump that Inter's been in, it's going to take like a really special team talk. I think Inzaghi to really get them going and saying like, look, I know we lost 3 on the bounce. I know we're probably going to lose Serie A. I know we just got knocked out of Coppa Italia, but let's, you know, try to win maybe the only competition that's left for us, right? Like,
Well, we're gonna see probably a special battle on that right flank between Bastoni and Lamine Yamal, no?
Yeah. It'll be like more like a 2v1. It's gonna be DiMarco Bastoni versus Yamal, which will be even more interesting.
Not Carlos Augusto, and
It depends if DiMarco's fit or not.
you think Yamal could deke past Bastoni?
Yeah, of course. Yamal is the type of player that could deke past anybody. But Bastoni is going to be the guy to give him the best of challenges. So we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
It should be a good game. I don't think it's going to be a killing.
I don't know. I think, like you said, obviously Bastoni's gonna be a big part of the game for Inter defensively wise. But like you said, I'm sure they're gonna try to double up on Lamine Yamal whenever he has the ball. But the thing is, you have 2 other lethal players there. If Lewandowski's still injured, we have Ferran, who's in red hot form right now. He is in cloud 9 right now, 110%.
yeah.
Yeah, to what he does originally, yes, he's in good form. And then you have Rafinha, who obviously his form has been dropping a bit, but in Champions League, Rafinha is different. And like Jay said, we're coming into this game with so much energy, and you might say, oh, well, you know, Barca might come into this game a little bit chilled and relaxed because, you know, they're coming from a win and they know how Inter is doing pretty bad. No, they're going to come into this game harder than ever because they know that they have so much at risk still, too. The treble. That's a huge feat still. They can't take this lightly. We got 2 trophies, and we got to collect the third. So they're not going to take this simple. They're going to go in 110% as well. And it's going to be a fun one. I think Barca's going to win this game.
You said thrashing.
I didn't say thrash. Did I say thrash?
You did say thrash.
Well, then I'll go with that. I'll go with the thrashing.
I said thrash.
They're
Oh, yeah,
playing-
Dan said thrashing.
Maybe both
and
of you guys
I'll
said
say it
thrash.
too then. We're playing at home. Barcelona's the first game at home.
Yeah.
So I do see a 3-0 thrashing. I think Barcelona's going to win 3-0.
What's considered thrashing, though? Like everything above
3-0.
3-0.
3-0 higher.
I agree.
I
That's
think
like
it's gonna be
rage quit. That's like what do they call in FIFA?
Yeah, rage quit.
Yeah.
No, not
Mercy
rage quit.
rule. 3-0
Mercy
forfeit.
rule. Mercy rule. Mercy rule. Mercy rule.
Mercy rule, yeah.
3-0 mercy.
I say 3+ goals as well.
Damn.
I think they just need to go for it though, man. Like if you're Inter, I think you need to watch what just happened in the round before, And like you see what happens when you sit back against Barca. You get pumped 4-0. But if you go at them, right, you can make them a little nervous, right? Maybe you get an early goal, switch up the game a little bit. I think they just need to go for it. If they leave themselves exposed at the back, so be it. You're gonna concede anyway, so you might as well go for it. You might as well go for it.
I agree.
Because you sit back, you're just asking for it.
Yeah. They're gonna never. Yeah. You're not gonna get out of your half if you just.
That's what I'm saying. You're asking for it. You might as well just go for it. What's the worst that can happen? You lose. Probably gonna lose anyway, right? So you might as well go out there and like try to give it to them, and that's it.
I think Inter have a good chance, man.
Yeah, we still gotta remember they've only been behind 11 minutes in this whole UCL.
That was when though.
It doesn't matter. Like in UCL, they performed every single game. There hasn't been one game that they haven't performed. I know they're in bad form right now, but this is different now. It's UCL.
Yeah, UCL is always different, but I think like the injuries are what concerned me a little bit. Like missing Thuram, Pavard I think is still out as well. Like, and is Thing even fit? Denzel.
No, I think Dumfries injured too.
Dumfries hurt too. Those are three, like, that's the right side of the field.
And DeMarco is iffy as well.
He's gone right there.
DeMarco's iffy as well, right?
Right. I think Pavard's a huge part of that back line in terms of the way you can progress the game forward. Dumfries, we know, is obviously a very influential player too. Darmian is good, but he's not Dumfries going forward. And I think Thuram, we already spoke about. Like, I think those three players down the right-hand side, those are huge misses.
So do you hope maybe to put 11 guys behind that ball and run it back at home with healthy team?
No, because to be honest, if
dude,
look at Dortmund. They tried to do that, and they almost didn't even make it home. You might as well not even play this. You know what I mean? They almost didn't make it home. Legit, like you got pumped so bad, you almost didn't even make it home. Then at home, you actually went and attacked, and you made it a game. So you learn from that, go for it, right? And then at least maybe you go in with like a 2-2, right? Because you actually put pressure on Barca, right? If you score first, then they need to attack you. Then you can be kind of switch into a counterattack. But you got to go for it first. You can't just invite the pressure, I think. But I'm not a coach. What do I know?
Yeah, we'll see.
Right?
We'll see how long it. I think it'll be a good game though.
I think another cool storyline definitely will be Barella versus Pedri in the mid. We have to see both of them really turn up, and especially Barella. Barella really has to turn up for his team because, like you said, there's a lot of injuries. So he's gonna have a lot on his shoulders to carry this team going forward and defensively. But to see Pedri against him, because like you said, they're very similar players, play style wise. Even looks a bit, but it's gonna be a cool matchup in there in the middle.
Maybe like height.
Short kings, bro.
Yeah, height. Yeah.
No, I think they're just both in that genre of midfielder.
Yeah.
Like
But
tiny techie.
Who do you think is gonna be the most outstanding player in this leg? Barca versus
Jan Sommer.
That's crazy. To
Seriously?
He's gonna have to be, bro. What do you mean? He's gonna have to be. He's gonna have to be. If he can steal a game, dude.
I low-key think Dani Olmo. I think Olmo's the key to this win against Inter. He's gonna have to be inside and outside of every little pocket there is. Dani Olmo, your most hated player at Barcelona.
Not hated.
Yes, hated.
You don't like him. Just admit it. You don't like him.
Don't deny it now. But you said you never switch up. You're switching up now.
Put the camera on yourself and admit it.
I don't. You know why I don't like him?
Why?
Because he was never exactly.
He's
Doesn't matter,
he's
you hate
available
him.
now.
So then he should be good.
You literally said one time, "I hate this freaking guy."
You probably did say something like
100%.
that.
I did
Yeah,
because
so you hate him.
he's always injured.
Doesn't matter. You hate him.
Do you like a guy what am I supposed to like a guy that doesn't play? Is that a thing?
Hey,
He's there when it matters, man.
Do you like a guy when he plays or when he doesn't play?
it doesn't matter. I don't hate him for not playing. I just come on.
He's
play.
not playing for almost the whole season. Like what?
Bremer's not playing for the whole season. Do I hate him? I still love
Yeah,
Bremer.
because we have nothing else.
Sure.
We have other things.
But I have got-
we have other players.
Not better than Olmo.
But we have other players that do things.
Not bad normal.
Of course not.
So
But we have players that can do that role. You have nothing else against besides
Thank
Bremer.
that he's back.
No, I think Barca beats Inter no matter what, even without Olmo. 100%. Y'all are sleeping on Fermin Lopes, bro.
Bro, he's nowhere near.
First of all, he's not Portuguese.
He's nowhere near Olmo, man. Nowhere near.
That's all I'm saying.
He's a good player.
But okay, you have to run against Inter Milan, no?
Huh?
You have to run against Inter Milan, no? They're gonna want to keep possession of that
That's
ball.
why Pedri's there, man. Pedri's running.
Yeah.
Dani Olmo's not running.
Yeah, but he's good with possession.
Fermin Lopez is running. That's actually the debate that Hansi Flick is having right now with the staff. Do we start Olmo or do we start Fermin Lopez?
You think?
Yeah.
I think
That's what they're saying.
Lopez is the
100%.
perfect player to bring on when there's tired legs, and he could just be the continuous runner.
Yeah, I mean,
Start with Olmo.
you got
Fermin
Gavi
Lopez.
too. I guess I can do that.
But Gavi will be there no matter what.
You think Gavi's starting?
Yeah.
No.
I think it's gonna be probably Frankie.
No, sorry.
Pedri.
Frankie,
Yeah.
Pedri, and Olmo. Yeah, sorry.
I think he meant
Probably
Olmo, not Gavi.
No, I meant Gavi, but I forgot the young.
De Jong's
Oh.
back.
The young
yeah.
is obviously
Yeah, I think you start with those guys, and if you need legs, you got legs,
good legs.
right? You got
On
good
the
legs.
bench.
Good legs on the bench.
Mhm.
Well, I think the X factor is Lamine Yamal. He has a game of blonde under his belt, so it's settled in. You know, all the media and hoopla, it's done. You know, everyone's seen the hair. Like now, you know, he could play the football,
Mhm.
and I think he's gonna have a great game.
Man of the match.
Yeah, he's gonna cook, man. He's gonna have a great game.
Yamal, you got who you got?
Olmo.
Olmo, Sommer.
I got Jan Sommer. Yeah, give me Jan Sommer.
Dave has Fermin Lopes. And who do you have?
I didn't say Fermin Lopes. Relax, man.
Wait, is Balde playing?
No, he's into that guy.
That's
That's not that big of a loss.
It's a pretty big
It's
loss.
a big loss.
a big loss.
They're fine because they Inter have no players playing on the right.
Yeah,
hand
like
side.
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like there's nothing
Yes,
going
but
through
like-
that side.
Yeah, but he brings attacking prowess on the flank.
that too. See, that's the thing.
Okay, but
I
it
think you're
evens out
fine,
the
man.
game a little bit.
You're fine.
It evens out a little bit.
You'll be just fine, man. You have Rafinha on the left hand side.
I think Rafinha's gonna ball out
Let
this game.
him play against Darmian. Let what's his name, Gerard Martin. Let him just chill at the back.
I think Rafinha's gonna be the.
Let him
the
worry
X
about
factor
Arnautovic.
for me.
Ferran Torres, got another guy he hates as well.
I never said I hated Ferran Torres.
You probably did at one point.
I never
When he
said I
first
hated
joined the
Ferran
club,
Torres.
yeah, you did.
No, I never said I hated.
You
Ferran
low
Torres.
key might
There's
have.
probably at least slander at least one time on
Nah.
Ferran Torres.
I never hated him.
All right. We've had a number of footballers play for both these clubs, these massive clubs in the world, Inter and Barcelona. We've had a total of 19 players who've played for both. Can you guys give me 10 of those 19 players who played for both Inter and Barcelona once in their career?
Yeah, probably.
I can probably give you 15.
R9.
Maybe not alone.
Yeah,
Relax,
yeah.
man.
Oh,
like,
sorry.
This guy's
I
like,
thought
can
we
you
were going.
relax?
This guy's getting too.
Give me
This guy even say 1, 2, 3, go, and this guy's giving out everything.
10
already.
players who have played for both. 10 players who have played for both Inter and Barcelona in their career.
Now do we go?
Yeah, what do you guys got?
R9. Zlatan.
R9, Zlatan, yes.
Eto.
Correct.
Okay, you gonna let us like
Okay,
go, or
go.
are you gonna just hog?
Bro, you're not talking. Say
Because
it.
you're talking, bro. Holy
I gave you 3 easy
man.
ones. Okay, go. Let's see if you get any more.
Nah, I don't want to go.
Because he doesn't know.
This guy doesn't
Go.
wanna
I'm not talking anymore.
You took the easy ones, and this guy just now he's gonna.
'Cause he yelled at me.
The easy
It's
ones.
such the easy ones,
He,
bro.
he yelled at me, no?
You did take the
He
easy
says
ones.
Zlatan, Eto,
He says Zlatan, Eto, R9,
Figo.
Luis Figo.
That's one right there.
That's a good one.
correct.
Oh, Cancelo, bro.
Joao Cancelo. Yeah, you're right.
Joao Cancelo.
That's a good one.
Played for both as well. Who else? Did Quaresma play for Inter?
Yeah. I don't think he played.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Did
Yeah,
Quaresma
he
play
did,
for Inter? He
played-
did, right?
He played for Inter and Barca, yeah.
Yeah, he played for Barca. He did.
Wow,
There-
Dave's cooking right now.
He is.
Yo, full knowledge is there.
Yo, where's Jay?
Jay? Yeah, why are you so quiet, bro?
I think he's leaving the easy ones.
I'm letting
to
you guys cook.
He's gonna get the obscure ones at the end.
No.
All right, Matt.
You guys are
James,
cooking.
give me yours.
Yeah,
bro.
you haven't got one yet.
Because you guys just took all the easy ones. Now I'm
No,
thinking in my
Dave
head.
got some hard ones.
I got some good
Figo
ones.
was an easy one. Quaresma, yeah, it's a solid one. Thing didn't play there, did he?
Who?
No, I don't think he did. He played for Juve.
Let me think.
He played for Juve.
Ooh. Did Zambrotta play for Inter?
No. Played for AC Milan. I
And
don't
you-
think he played for Inter.
I don't think he played for
All
Inter
right.
either. Yeah.
Damn.
No, I don't know. I don't think he did.
I can't think of any more, to be honest.
Heinz? No, Heinz. Did he play for Inter?
Heinz?
Heinz, Argentine.
He didn't play
defender.
for Barca.
Pretty sure he did.
Played for Madrid.
No, he played for Barca.
Heinz?
Almost. Are you
Did-
sure?
Yeah.
Did Barca ever have Cordoba on their team?
I don't think so.
This guy's cheating now.
Actually, never mind.
No, I was checking Zambrotta.
Maybe it wasn't Heinz. I'm trying to think of somebody
There's
else.
a-
Did Thiago
six.
Mota play for Inter?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Thiago Motta.
He played
Correct.
for Barca?
Yeah.
What? I didn't know that.
Thiago Motta is correct.
What else, man?
How many we got
Oh,
left?
wait, did we say R9?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did. That was the
Okay,
first
I was
one.
gonna
So you guys have 7.
We
Left?
need 3.
7. No, so you guys have named 7. You guys have still a handful of players you can name.
Uh,
But give me 3 more at least.
Any extra Brasileiros?
Any extra ones?
It was Adriano. Adriano didn't play for Barca.
how about Martin Montoya?
Montoya is one
Yeah.
of them.
Oh, that's such a weird one. Yeah, I remember that. He sucked. There's probably some shit boxes I played from.
Yeah.
Did that no, where did that Douglas guy? And I remember I think he came to the city at one point.
I think he might have been on Fiorentina.
This is tough. This is tough.
Gosh.
I think of like
So you need, what, 2 more after Martin Montoya?
damn, this is tough.
2 more, boys.
I was gonna say Boyan, but Boyan played for AC Milan.
Yeah, Boyan played for AC.
Midfielders in there.
There's some big names you guys are
Zanetti?
missing.
Zanetti,
Definitely not
no.
Zanetti.
Mascherano,
Oh,
no.
Icardi. I think he was at Barcelona.
Yeah. But like younger. Like was he the academy? I don't think he played first team.
Not first
Did
team.
he play first team?
no.
Shit.
First team.
It's close to him.
Some Brazilians, guys.
Brazilian.
Maicon?
Oh, the thing play?
Rivaldo,
Rivaldo?
No.
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 the other R guy.
Who?
Romario? Who are you thinking?
No. Did he? No.
No.
I'm just trying to think of Brazilians that were big. Not Kaká. Not
One
Kaká.
one that went for a hefty penny.
One that went for a hefty penny.
Huh?
One that went for a hefty penny.
Flop.
Coutinho.
Oh, Coutinho.
Oh.
Coutinho is a
I always
good
forget
one.
about his
Forget
interviews.
Coutinho. Coutinho for sure. I
Yeah.
forgot about him.
Need one more? Did Lucio ever play for Barca?
No.
Played for Bayern, I think, right?
Bayern, Juve, Inter.
One more, guys. There's a big name. Big name.
Big one.
Milito?
No.
I think his brother played in the Spanish.
Big name.
Couple big names, man.
Let me think.
I don't know if he played for Barca or Madrid. Veron?
No.
He played for Madrid, I think. Shit.
Come on.
South Americans.
Oh, how about Murillo?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I think he did.
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah.
Colombian.
Colombian
Murillo.
guy, yeah.
Murillo.
Murillo, yeah.
Jason Murillo?
Jason
I
Murillo.
swear we talked about this.
Yeah, then he
Yeah,
went to
yeah.
Valencia after.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
He was at Inter?
I
Yeah,
think he was.
yeah, he
Barca,
was.
yeah.
He sucked.
Murillo.
I can't think of any other South Americans though.
We got 10. Bro, there's probably so many like
Yeah,
obscure
some, yeah.
ones that we're never gonna get.
But dancing, there's big names. And
Who's
he's
the
gonna-
big name?
He's gonna say them. You're like,
Did Saviola play for Inter?
maybe at
Like
some point.
the Argentinian. guy?
Javier, yeah.
I don't think so.
I can see him playing there for some reason. I feel like
Yeah.
every Argentine's had a little bit of an Inter spell.
Uh-huh.
Who's that big name that you were talking about before?
I think he's going to VAR
No,
right now.
I was
for
double
Murillo.
checking. I was double checking Murillo, but yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's such a Jason.
Yeah, it's a different
Tyson,
spelling.
Yeah.
Jason Murillo. Dude, Chilenos, bro.
Oh, Alexis
Vidal.
Sanchez.
Vidal?
And
Sanchez.
Alexis.
Both
Oh,
of them,
I was
yeah.
thinking Vidal. I'm like, did he play for Inter?
Yeah, Alexis.
Maxwell.
Oh, yeah.
That's who I was thinking.
Bro, there's
of,
so
not
many.
fucking Hines.
I was thinking Vidal, but I'm like, no, he played for Juve.
I forget, man. I just
I
blanked.
forgot he played for Inter.
Sanchez really played for them like last year.
Oh, yeah.
Rafinha.
2 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Alcantara?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
That's right. Yeah.
True.
Edgar Davids.
It's a good one too.
I didn't know he played for Inter.
Yeah.
He played for all three.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luis Suarez, the Spanish one.
I wouldn't have got that
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Laurent Blanc.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have got
Oh,
that.
That's a good one too.
That's a big one, too, yeah.
Yeah, those are just some of the names.
And all the scrubs after that.
Any PSG and Arsenal?
Yeah, Arteta.
Arteta, I think there was one or two more.
There's definitely more than one or two, I'd imagine. There's like a lot of like crossover.
Yeah.
A couple.
It'd probably be more so PSG to Arsenal
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
than Arsenal to PSG.
But yeah, that is our Champions League, I guess. What? What's the word?
You tell me, man.
Predictions?
What do you mean?
Predictions. Oh my gosh, I'm
man.
losing.
Yeah.
That's our Champions League predictions for the first leg of the semifinals. PSG versus Arsenal and Barcelona versus Inter Milan. Let us guys know who you guys have winning the first leg of these games. Obviously, you got Barcelona. And yeah, guys, let us know what you guys thought of the podcast. Make sure to leave a 5-star rating if you're listening. Like, subscribe, follow us on all our social medias. And yeah, man, we out.
You know we are.
You know who we are, man.
Bye.
The culture. Ciao, ciao.
Arrivederci. Tutti. Inter. Ciao.